Good afternoon, friends. Last lecture we have to discuss about the photoconductivity and the PN junction and field effect transistor. Okay. In this lecture we have to discuss about the bands in compounds gallium arsenide. Okay. In the compound gallium arsenide, therefore different types of the bands we have to discuss in this point. The gallium arsenide is a competitor, is the same silicon in some semiconductor. Okay, gallium arsenide, it is a compound, and this compound it is a competitor. This compound it is a competitor. It is a to the this competitor to the same silicon. This competitor to the same silicon in some semiconductor. It is a application include the solar cells. Semiconductors application include the solar cell, therefore it is a solid state laser. Okay, therefore the gallium arsenide, it is a competitor to same silicon. Gallium arsenide, it is a competitor to the same silicon in some semiconductor. In some semiconductor means some semiconductor, therefore the silicon is present, therefore this gallium arsenide, it is a competitor of this same silicon in this conductor, semiconductor. Okay, and the semiconductors application include the solar cells, solid state lasers. Okay, this is the two application it is included in the semiconductors. Okay, then next is the diamond is a type structure. Diamond is a type of structures. Then valence orbital in gallium and the arsenide are the 4s, 4p, and this form the two bands each containing the 4 nitrogen electron as in silicon. Okay, therefore you have to also know about the valence orbitals in gallium and the arsenide are 4s and 4p. Gallium and arsenide's valence orbital are 4s and 4p. Okay, and this is formed in two bands. This is formed in two bands. These two bands each containing one band containing the 4 nitrogen electron. Therefore these two band each containing 4 nitrogen electron as in silicon, means these two bands containing the 4 nitrogen electron. The two band containing the each containing two bands each containing the 4 nitrogen electron as in silicon, means one band containing the 4 nitrogen electron into the silicon, and the second band is also containing the 4 nitrogen electron into the silicon. Okay, this is the third point of the bands in compounds that the gallium arsenide. Okay, then fourth is the lower band will have the greater contribution from the arsenide, and the conduction band will higher the contribution from the gallium. Okay, in these bands in compounds of gallium, therefore the lower bands that is a bottom side of these compounds or the graphs, that the lower bands have the greater contribution from the arsenide, means lower band it have the greater contribution of the arsenide, and the conduction band will higher contribution from the gallium, means we have to 2 point in this, that is the lower band will be contribution of arsenide is greater. Lower band will be contribution of arsenide is lower, and then the conduction band will higher contribution from the gallium. Okay, then next is the valence bands has more arsenic than the gallic character. Okay, the valence bands, therefore the valence bands has more arsenic than the gallic characters. Okay, this is the valence bands we have to discuss, that is the lower bands and the conduction band. This is the valence band. This valence band has a more arsenic than the gallic characters, means this valence band has more arsenic, it is a more arsenic than the gallic characters. Okay, then the gallium and arsenide is an example of class of semiconductor known as the group third and fourth semiconductor, in which gallium and arsenide. Okay, therefore the gallium and arsenide, it is an example of class of semiconductor, means this is the class of semiconductor, that is the gallium and arsenide. Okay, and it is also known as the group third and fifth semiconductor. It is also known as group third and fifth semiconductor in which gallium and arsenide. Okay, therefore it is shows that the gallium and arsenide, this is the compound. Okay, this compound, it is an example of class of semiconductor. Example is gallium and arsenide. It is known as group third or fourth semiconductor. Fifth semiconductor in which gallium and arsenide. Okay, therefore next is the element with one more valence electron than the silicon group. Elements with one or more valence electron than the silicon group that combine with an element with one less valence electron. Okay, therefore the element with one more valence electron than the silicon group. Elements with one more valence electron means in this gallium and arsenide, therefore this element with one more valence electron than the silicon means one valence electron from the silicon, it is in the gallium and arsenide. Okay, and it is combined with an element with one less valence electron means this silicon group containing the one valence electron, and this one valence electron, it is combining with the element with the less valence electron, and it is formation of the bands. Okay, then for the semiconducting the solid bands gap is decreases down the groups. Okay, in the semiconductings, therefore the solid band gap, it is a decreases down the group. Solid band gap, it is decreases down the group means this is a decreases the group. Okay, therefore this is the GaP greater than GaS greater than GaSB, aluminum As greater than Ga, arsenide greater than indium arsenide. Okay, this is all about the semiconductors solids, and the band gap decreases down the group, and this is the decreasing order of the band gap. Okay, therefore this is the structure of the orbital energy level diagram for the gallium arsenide. Okay, look at this structure. It shows the middle part, it shows the upper sp band, and the downward part shows the lower sp band. Okay, therefore lower sp band, it shows the arsenide. Okay, and therefore upper side it shows as the gallium. Okay, therefore this is all about the orbital energy level diagram for the gallium arsenide. Okay, this is the MOT diagram. Okay, therefore this point is over. Next point is bands in d block elements. Okay, next point is bands in d block elements, d block compounds, transition metals, monoxide. Okay, therefore the monoxide with the structure based on sodium chloride formed by the first row transition element, that is the titanium, vanadium, manganese, ferrous and cobalt. Okay, therefore the monoxide with the structure, this is based on sodium chloride. Monoxide, the metal monoxide, it is a structure, it is a base on sodium chloride means this monoxide, it is a base on sodium chloride, and it is a formation by first row transition element means this sodium chloride. Okay, look at this point. That point shows the monoxide with the structure based on the sodium chloride means this metal monoxide with the structure, and this monoxide with the structure, it is a base on sodium chloride, and it is a formation of the first row transition element. That is about the titanium, vanadium, manganese and ferrous and cobalt. This is the first row transition element. It is a formation by the monoxide with the structure and based on sodium chloride, and it is a formation of first row transition elements such as titanium, vanadium, manganese, ferrous and cobalt. Okay, then secondly, the titanium oxide, vanadium oxide are the metallic conductors, and others are semiconductors. Okay, this is the titanium oxides and the vanadium oxide are the metallic conductor. This is all about the metallic conductors, and that are the semiconductor. Okay, then the splitting of d electron means d electron splitting in the titanium oxides and the vanadium oxide. Okay, such as the T2G, that the T2G can take up the 6 nitrogen electron. Okay, therefore this T2G, it can take up the 6 nitrogen electrons, and upper one level taken up to the 4 nitrogen electron. Okay, T2G, this T2G and UG, okay, you have to also known in the crystal field stabilization energy in the octahedral and the tetrahedral. It shows the T2G and EG electrons. Okay, in the T2G, it can take up the 6 nitrogen electron. Okay, it can take the 6 nitrogen electron, and this T2G containing the 3 shell, and it is fulfilling them, and it is formation of 6 nitrogen electron. And upper one level is EG. Upper one level is EG. It is taken up to 4 nitrogen electron. It is taken up to 4 nitrogen electron. Okay, this is the 2 shells, and this 2 shell fulfilling the 4 nitrogen electron. Okay, then next is the divalent titanium have 2d electron. The divalent titanium have 2d electron. Okay, and the 2 nitrogen electron fill the 3n level band is a half full. Okay, therefore the divalent titanium, it have the 2d electron. Divalent titanium means it have the 2d electron, and the 2 nitrogen electron, it is a fill the 3 nitrogen level. 2 nitrogen electron, it is a fill the 3 nitrogen level, band is half full. Okay, titanium is a divalent, and it containing the 2d electron and the 2n electron, and this is fill the 3n level, means 2d electron and 2n electron, it is fill the 3n level band, and it is a half full. It is half full. Okay, thenly pure metals is a partly filled band. Pure metal, it is partly filled bands, and it is lead to metallic conductivity, means in this transition metal, therefore the pure metals, this pure metal, it is a partly filled band. This pure metal, it is a partly filled band, and it is lead to metallic conductivity, means this pure metal, it is lead to metallic conductivity. For the ferrous oxide, the T2G band would be a FL is a semiconductor. For FeO, the T2G band would be a FL semiconductor. Therefore this 3d orbital overlap, therefore it decreases the 3d and band arrows, and that the electrons more tightly bound to nuclei. Okay, in this step, therefore the 3d orbitals, okay, this 3d orbital, it is overlapping. 3d orbital is overlapping, and it is, therefore it is a decreases. 3d orbital are overlap, and therefore it is a decreases, and the 3d band is narrow. 3d band is narrow. Okay, then the electrons are more tightly bound to nuclei. Electrons are more tightly bound to nuclei, therefore electrons are capturing the nuclei are capturing or tightly the electrons are more. Okay, then the interrelation repulsion becomes the important repulsion between electron on the same atoms. Okay, the interrelation repulsion means what? This is the 2d and 3d, this is the interrelation becomes, it is an important repulsion between the electron on the same atom, in this same atom, therefore this is the 2d and the 3d. Okay, sorry, this is the 2s and 2p. Okay, this is the 2 repulsion becomes, and it is a repulsion between the electrons are repulsion in the same atom, Okay, therefore this 3d electron, it is a moving from one nucleus to another, adds an extra electron. Okay, in the 3d electrons, in this metal, transition metal monoxide, therefore the 3d electrons, it is a moving from one nucleus to another. The 3d electron, it is a moving from one nucleus to adds an extra electron, Okay, therefore in this transition metal monoxide, therefore bands in d block compound, that about the 3d electron is moving, from nucleus to another an extra electron, Okay, this is the point in the bands in d block compound of the transition metal monoxide. Okay, then second last point, that about the electron repulsion on the nucleus is increases. Okay, if you have 2 electron is repulsion, therefore your nucleus is increases, your nucleus is increases. Okay, in the transition metal monoxide, therefore the electron are repulsion, therefore nucleus is increases. Then the band gap between the oxygen 2p band and the metal 4s band are sufficiently considered insulator. Okay, therefore the oxygen and 2p band, that band gap and the metal 4s band, it is a sufficiently considered as a insulator, means this is useful for the insulator material. Okay, this is all about the bands in D block compound, bands in D block compound and the transition metal monoxide. Okay, this point is over. Next time we discuss about the crystalline solid. Okay, crystalline solid and its classification of the unit cell. Okay, thank you.